Hello, friends. Welcome to Feel Good Friday with Pamela. It's not live today, it is pre recorded as I am out of town taking my daughter on a little graduation trip along with my mom. So we should be on the road having a great time right now. So, welcome again to Feel Good Friday. This is Pamela with Passionate About Scrapbooking, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the Texas Hill Country in Fredericksburg, Texas. Today I'll be creating two fun fold cards using the darling, turtly, cute designer series paper, along with some of the coordinating colors, which include crushed curry, pool party, poppy parade, garden green, granny apple green, and shaded spruce. So these have been super fun to use all week long. And let me start off with, how about we start off with what's going on in the Stamping Up world right now, and then we'll get back to this. So I want to be sure that you're aware of the buy one, get one 50% off all sweets and sweet products June 3rd through the 30th. When you choose to purchase a sweet, which would be, let's pull up the Turtley Awesome in here. So this would be a suite of products, all the products in this Turtley Suite collection. You can add this to your cart by just using this order number. It'll come up $80.50. Then you can add an additional suite. So maybe add this one that I'll be doing here in a couple of weeks, the Kintsugi Inspirations. You'd add this one suite here, that order number 7725, and when you add this one, which includes all these products to your cart, it'll reduce this by 50%. So you'll pay the full price on the Turtley Cute, and then you'll get this one 50% off. We have a wide variety of suites available. There's the beautiful gallery I used a month or so ago. Then there's the beautiful one I used last week called Florals in Bloom. It's a bigger suite, so the collection is a little more pricey. So if that's something you want to do the 122.50 and then add another suite in there, whether it's Turtley Cute, Beautiful Gallery, the Kintsugi Inspirations. There's also this Boho Vibes. So there's all different price ranges. And then on the website, you'll see many more because we have online exclusive suites and some past suites that are still available from even the last catalog. So check out that 50% off, buy one, get one 50% off. And as a bonus, you can also purchase the suite products. So anything that are inside a suite, if you don't want the whole entire suite, maybe you just want to stock up on designer series paper, you can buy one and get one 50% off. So just be aware that the little tricky part of the sale is that if you bought this and this, you would get the lesser of the two at the 50% off. So, same thing with the bundles. You can buy, if you bought the pretty florals, you could get the sweet blooms depending on the price of them. One of them would be 50% off. So, if you buy a suite and you add something lesser, in your order, it's going to take the smallest amount and mark it 50% off. So you may have to break up your orders throughout the month to get the items that you actually want. So but it's a fabulous deal, something Stamping Up has never done before. So be sure to check that out. And I think I even printed off, these are the suites that are currently available. So you have a wide variety to choose from. Okay. And then virtual album retreat on Wednesday. Go back to that video and watch the replay. And I gave you a sneak peek of my box that I got on Tuesday. I already have my album retreat kit in my hands, and now I'm just waiting for July 16th through the 18th for us to put that together. We'll come together in a Facebook group that Stamping Up will host, and they'll be doing lives for 3 days from, in my time zone, it's 3 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. And they'll be doing 4 pages a day, is my understanding. So there'll be 4 different videos each day. These are the pages that we'll be making. So we'll complete an entire 12 2-page scrapbook layouts album. So a whole entire year's worth of pages in 3 days. It will be fabulous. I love Album Retreat. I did many with close to my heart, and I highly recommend you jump in on this fabulous event. And let's show Stamping Up that we love the virtual album retreats so that they do more, because these are my favorite events. It is all virtual, by the way. And then you can watch the replays of the videos anytime you like. Even if you're not able to make the July 16th through the 18th, you'll have access once you purchase the kit to those videos for a lifetime. And also, don't forget about the June Full of Charm, gorgeous new paper pumpkin kit that will be shipping on June 12th. So you have until June 10th to subscribe. And when you subscribe through me, you will receive the kit and our Paper Pumpkin Creatives tutorial bundle PDF absolutely free. Also, if you're a team member of mine, you will receive it absolutely free as well. And this kit will be coordinating with a brand new suite coming in July in our online exclusives called Floral Charm Suite Collection. And then don't forget the Hugs a Bloom Dies add-on. When you're a subscriber, you can purchase this for, I believe, just $12, and it coordinates with all of these kits. So just wanted to throw that out there. And then with any $50 order you place in or more in the month of June, you will receive the Global Ink Collective Design Team Bundle Tutorial PDF. So there are, see if there's a page number here. These are the ladies that are creating projects. We're all past or current artisan design team members, and this has 26 pages of projects. So 12 projects, and then you get, some of us do video tutorials, some are written instructions, but these are artisan quality projects that we have created, and you'll get this for free when you place your $50 order through me, along with a scrap and create kit that I put together each week. You'll get, depending on what week you place your order, you'll get that week's scrap and create kit. However, June 3rd through June 8th only, because I'll be gone, I have decided to open up the scrap and create kits so you can choose any of the ones that I have available on my Scrap and Create Kit page. So be sure to check out the link in the description of this video so that you can check out all those kits I have available. So you can still place your order this week. If you're not crazy about the Turtly Cute Scrap and Create Kit, pick something different and just let me know. You'll just need to send me an email about that, or I'll reach out to you before I ship them out so I know exactly what you want. All right, I think that's it. So let's jump into our Turtly Cute Scrap and Create Kit projects. Now, this project was done outside of the Scrap and Create Kit. I did this one for my Mail It Monday Insta Hop with a few fellow artisan design team members. It's our unofficial hop that we do every Monday. And so I decided to do the fun fold that we did last Friday. And I believe it turned out just so darling and cute. It slides off right here, and then it opens up, and you have another little cute birthday turtle in there saying happy birthday. So just wanted, I keep sharing this all week long so you can see how cute this collection really is. I chose not to purchase the bundle, which includes the stamp and the dies, and I'm fussy cutting out all the turtles out of the designer series paper. I'll show that to you here in just a minute. But this is the project that I created on Monday for Make It Monday live with Pamela. So I used the party, what are they called? Party banner dies. All right. And then I fussy cut out all these cute turtles out of the designer series paper to represent different things about Jeff. So as I was going through all these papers, I realized there's something I can do with every single one of these cute little turtles. Now, I wasn't crazy about the turtles at first, and I know others of you are not either, but now that I've gotten to play with them, I love them. This has been a really fun collection, a little bit more juvenile and goes really well, will work really well with children, grandchildren, nephews, nieces, so forth. And did I say grandbabies? I think so. I'm not sure. So this was a really fun one to put together. And then Wednesday, I created this single page following a sketch that is featured on page 28 of the annual catalog. So be sure to check that out as well. And it'll probably be next week before I get the PDFs for the sketch from this week and last week emailed out to everyone. So be watching that. If you haven't joined my email list, be sure to do so using my Linktree link. And there is a sign up for my newsletter. Okay, so we're using this week not only the Turtley Sweet Designer Series or Turtley Cute Designer Series paper, but also the More Messages bundle. So lots of great sentiments in here, but what's really cool about it is that it's all one stamp. So you will need a large block to be able to fit that on there. Now, I showed how to do this on Monday, so you can go back to that video and check it out. And then once you have it stamped on your cardstock, you use this single die to line everything up and cut those pieces out. And I have a few here that I've done so you can see all the different sentiments. I've used those throughout the week. So this is a really fun bundle. So this will not be on the sweets sale because it's not part of a suite. So just be aware of that. The bundles are only the ones that are part of a suite collection. All right, and then here is this fabulous new party banners die set. You can get this as a bundle with the party alphabet dies as well, or you can buy them individually. So I'm using these dies today. I just wanted to point those out so you know what size. Um, and there'll be PDF instructions that'll go along with the Scrap and Create kit. Next week, they'll also be available, the PDF to purchase individually without a Scrap and Create kit. So if you just want the ideas and the dimensions and the photographs of the projects to reference, and then you can use your own products that you have on hand, you can do that as well. So I have PDFs for all of my scrap and create kits that are available for purchase for $15 a piece. So just check out that link again for that information. All right, so let's get busy. Again, I'm recording this on Thursday, so I'm actually gonna do this, get it scheduled for Friday, and then get ready to hit the road to my mama's house. So, guess y'all can see my setup up here now. I'm plugging in my phone now so that I can don't have issues with it disconnecting during the live. I started having problems with that for some reason. All right, so card number 1. I've got all the pieces cut here. We are using what we had left from our kit from the pool party two-toned 12 by 12 cardstock. Since I didn't end up cutting out the middle like I normally do every week, this worked perfect for this card. So there's the light side and then there's the dark side. So let me get the scoring done on this. This is a fold out card. So we're going to start our scoring right over here. And we're going to score at our card base, by the way, is 5.5 by 12. So you've got the full 12-inch length. We're going to score at 1 3/4 to start with. Don't press as hard as you would on the standard Stampin' Up cardstock because the two-tone cardstock is a little bit thinner. It's kind of in between the designer series paper and the standard Stampin' Up cardstock. Then we're going to move over here to 4 3/4 and score again. And then at 7 3/4. And there we have it. So this is going to be fun because it's going to show a little bit of the two-tone. So this part right here, let's see here. You can decide whether you want to do the dark right here or the light right here. I'm going to do the light and I'm going to fold in this way. So this makes your standard size card base right back here. We can go ahead and gently use your bone folder to crease that. And then this next fold right here will go back. And then this one, we're going to go forward. And this is where you're going to see the two-tone right there. And then if you did it the opposite way, then your light would be here and these would be all your dark. So however you want to do it. So we have some pieces here that we need to start building up. I've got two 1.5 by 5 1/4 inch pieces. So we'll just put those on these panels. Whoops. And look at that darling paper. I need to show you all the paper. If you haven't seen the previous videos, I'll do that. Hopefully, if I remember, I'll do it in between the cards. So you can see what all comes in the Scrap and Create kit. The Scrap and Create kit is set up so that you can create all the projects for the week. I'm going to put this one in here, which are the 2-page 12 by 12 layout that I did on Monday. And then the single 12 by 12 page that I did on Wednesday. And then these two fun fold cards. You can also use your Scrap and Create kit to make whatever you want. You don't have to follow my projects. All right, so that's going to give a cool look right there. Now we need to come in and I have a piece of white. I did not cut that down properly, so let me cut it down to 5 1/4. So this piece and this piece are the same, and they are 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. So you'll actually have quite a bit of space to write your note in here because we're going to do this one. Now I have some pieces here. That one I think I'm going to do on the front. This one and this I think will go here. So we'll put this piece. This is a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece. Let's see, more of that darling paper that you can fussy cut out or not. Lay it on that back panel. So now we have this look right here. I'll bring it back down over here. And then this piece is 3/4 by 3. Just wanted to put a little bit on here. And then we'll place this right in here. All right, so now we have this right here, okay? Alrighty, so now let's build up our front. I have to think for a minute about my ribbon and how I want to put it on here. So give me just a second while we think through that again. I made it long enough so that I could wrap it around and tie it, but I think, let's see here. So we're going to have a little, this is going to be attached only right here on this panel. And then we are going to have this come around. I think I'm going to, it has to, it has to be so that it can open up. So I can't attach it there, but I think I can run it through here. So let me look and see. As long as it's only attached to this, you can tie it here and keep it closed. So let's do that. Let me get it the right length. I'm gonna do it about like that, okay? Let me just keep that close so we can set that aside for a minute. I'm gonna bring in some tear and tape. I can move this. So we want it just about right there. So I'm gonna bring it down just a little bit. We're gonna do it like right in the center. This will hold it in place. Lay it over like that. And then this one we can pop up with some dots. And we can build up our layered banner here. This will be our focal point for the card. And we'll put all our cute little icons and cut out turtle and more messages. I just did hi there because I was thinking this one would just be good for a thinking of you card. And then we'll layer this right there. Okay, so now we have this long piece. Now, this piece of ribbon is approximately, let me see, that's 12 inches, about right there. And then we've got 12, so what, 25 and 26, 27, 28, 29, about 29 inches of ribbon. And this will come in your scrap and create kit, so you'll have plenty to do that with. All right, so let's adhere this now to there, and we will do it. I think I'm going just to glue it down. So just glue right in here. And then we'll center it. And see, it's going to work perfect to cover up that little bit of the extra piece that we have in there. So it's going to cover that up. All right, so we have this so far. And then I want to, let's see how we're going to position this piece on here. I just kind of want it in the background here a little bit. So I think I'll put it right about there. I think it'll help ground. Now you can cut it down a little bit if you want. I'm just gonna leave it as it is. I cut it at 3 inches. So this piece, this banner is just a little shorter than 3 inches. But I think it's kind of cute just hanging over it like that a little bit. And I think I'm going to pop this up as well. So let's do some of those toward the center. I have to grab some more. Well, I don't, but I will get my scissors because we want to use all the, see all that around the edges? I just end up cutting through here so that I can use bits and pieces of it. Oops. All right, so just like my lives, I'm probably going to get up and let the animals in. There's another one hiding in there. Whoops. It'll probably fit right on the head, just perfect. That's probably really all I need. But those are ready for me to use as well. All right, does everybody want to come in? Come on. So Peanut's been meowing like he's calling. So my apologies if you can hear him in the background. All right, let me kind of look and see what I got. So really this has come together really quickly. So once you have all your pieces prepped, makes it really nice. And then just position this however you want on the banner, just like that. And then, go away. I can't love on you right now, Peanut. Thought I would do this somewhere, maybe, but not sure. I don't know that I need that piece, so, but then we'll position this like right in here, I think. So I'm just going to put one little piece. I think this will fit. Let me see. I put it like right there. And then I'll glue the other side, just put regular glue because it's going to sit right there. Yep, see if I can get it out now. Hold, please. It's being stubborn. Okay, I'm just going to grab my Stampin' Seal. We're going to do the little eye there, right in there. I did grab, I'm going to put a mini dot, I think, right on the bottom of that. And tuck this. I fussy cut this out along with the, oh yes, that's so cute. Look, okay. And then we have a few gems, but first let me show you what we got here. So it's going to open up like this, okay? And then it's going to close like that. You can wrap this around, and now we can tie a knot. Now you're going to see both sides of this beautiful ribbon, which is Pretty Peacock. Well, actually, I think it's shaded spruce. And you can close it up right here. Do a cute ribbon. And once you have it tied, you can trim off some of this excess, because you'll know how much you need exactly. Just like that. I'll cut this off about the same. So probably only need about, I don't remember what length I said it was. So cut off about 3 inches. And then kind of twist it however you want to make it fit on here. And then let's add a few of these hexagon shapes. I'll put one right there. Maybe we'll do a double, like, and then just do them right here on the tag area. I'll do a little one up here. This one has just a hint of green in it. Alrighty. So there is card number 1. So cute. I'm not going to open it up again just because I just showed that to you. So trim these down however you want or leave them super long. Doesn't matter. All right, so we'll set that aside. And you'll see I did do just a little bit of stamping, but I did that on Wednesday, I think. Let me see what colors. Actually, I did that on Mondays. Yeah, Monday I did it in the garden green, all those more messages. All right, this is going to be a fun one to share with y'all. I have a few extra gems here. Maybe we can put on this one too. So I'm going to stick them in my stash. Let me clean up my space. All right, so move that out of the side. We're going to need a full sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. And we're going to do some fun scoring and cutting on this one. So we're going to start at 4 1/4 and we're going to score all the way up and down. Rotate it one time and we're going to score again at 5 1/2. Okay. And then from there, you're going to put it portrait mode again, I guess, vertical. And from here, we're going to cut from this score line down to the edge here. So turn it in your paper or in your trimmer. Line up the score place right here. And then move it until you can get it right there. And now we're going to cut this piece. So you're going to cut that piece off, set it in your scraps. So we have this piece now. And then from here, we're going to put it at 4 1/4 again. And we're going to cut from this area all the way down to the center. We're cutting and then stop it right there at the intersection of the score lines. And then from here, we're going to cut from this center score line all the way down to this one. All right, so line it up right there, and then you'll have to put your trimmer blade or your handle down to find that center mark. And if you need to, this might be beneficial. I gotta find some lead. I think there's a little bit in there. I'm gonna mark it so I can see it a little bit better. Just a little bitty dot. There we go. And cut from this, I'm gonna go down here and go up, and I'm gonna stop right about there. Okay, I think I got it. And then this piece comes out, and this is scrap. So May can figure out how to use that with another piece, but this is what we end up with, those score lines. All right, so now we can put our trimmer away, and we can fold this piece in, and let's give it a good burnishing right there. Open that up, and then bring this one down now. Cross this way, line up in that corner. So you end up with something kind of like this. You can really do it all different ways, however you want. That one, I probably wouldn't do it this way, because whatever, unless you have something down in there that's not going to come in and out. Okay, so this could be like a pocket card if you wanted a piece that came in and out. I'm not doing it that way this time, but I'll show you what we're going to do. All right, so I've got all my pieces here cut. I can remember where they all go. All right, so you'll cut let me show you the piece here. It's a 4 by 5¼ inch piece, and then decide which way you want to cut the pattern paper. The way I'm doing it, this is the best way to cut it, I believe. And then I'm not worried about, I was trying to line up the turtles so that you could see them, but then I decided not to worry about that. And we're primarily only going to see this part right here. So you're going to use one side of this side and then the other side. So, and you get to use just this one paper. So I think I'm doing it like this. I'm going to put this here and then this one right here. And again, I'm not concerned about the direction of the turtles. So let's do that. I'm gonna have to work on this for a second. Just as if this were live, I'm just going to record the whole entire period. Um, there we go. Y'all can see all the details of me creating. And so be sure to like and comment. I'll be checking the comments and responding back when I can on Friday. I'll be doing a lot of driving on Friday, so it may be later in the evening. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere that piece right there. So do 2 different designer series paper on this type of card. Okay. And then I'm going to open it up and we're going to decorate the inside. So I decided to use some of the crushed curry that was scraps. We had quite a bit of it left because I didn't use a whole lot of it earlier in the week. And then I'm going to adhere this inside. So this is where you can write your message. I think I cut a piece of designer series paper. This one right here, I believe, to put right down in here. I just always like to add a little bit of designer series paper if I'm not going to do a sentiment or something on this inside. I'm not doing a sentiment on the inside. I mean, you could, I guess technically you could put one of these extras that we have in here. Let me just give you an idea. You could pick any of them and stick them, just stick it on there like that maybe. What I decided to do congratulations with the music theme. So you could do, let's see, congratulations. You could do lots of love. Could do way to go. That would be probably the most appropriate one. We already did hi there on the other one. So let's just do that. So I was thinking if you wanted to, you could even put it up high up here if you wanted to. Let's just use another one of these and we'll just layer it right here. And if you wanted to cut out any little something from that designer series paper that we had left over, you could put another turtle in here. Okay, but I'm just going to do this. Oh, and another thing I wanted to do is bring in a little bit of red. This isn't going to be a piece that's going to come in and out because we're going to open it up like this. But if you did want to seal this right down here and turn this into, you would put some tape right here or glue, and then right down here. You could make this yellow crushed curry piece where you could pull it in and out, but I chose not to do that on this one. But I am going to put, let me see. I was thinking I would put it right in the center, but maybe I'll put it off to the side somewhere, but sticking out just a smidge. I think I'll do that. I was just trying to bring in a little bit of red in here. So I'm going to do this right here and just barely bring it over the top there because you want it to fit in your envelope. That's going to make it look even cuter. Okay. So we'll do it like that. And then now we're going to build up this piece. We're going to have a piece that goes right here. It only needs to be adhered to this flap right here. So we can line it up like corner to corner like that. So let's do glue about just a little below the center line there. And then we can go ahead and adhere that just like that. I think, let me see if I actually did it a little bit wrong. Look what I did. So let me clean up my mess. So you got to pay attention to where you're putting the glue. I didn't apparently. So I'm going to clean up the glue off my glass mat real quick. And then this right here, I'm going to let it dry. Let me see. I need to put a little glue down here. So let me just fix this. And you know, sometimes I like making these mistakes just so I can show, I don't do them on purpose, I promise. But then I can show you how to fix it. Now we could put another piece of Granny Apple Green back here if we wanted to, or I can let that kind of dry, and then maybe I can use my rub and remove eraser either to get that off, or I could also do my, if you don't want to see it and don't like what it looks like, I would recommend doing so you could use your static pouch to go over that so it's not sticky, okay? But if you have an extra piece of cardstock, you could put it right there if you wanted to. We may come and do that at the end. But let's just continue to build up our piece. And don't think I'm going to put any ribbon through, I mean, maybe on the front, but not on wrapping around again. we could probably figure out how to do that, but I'm going to keep it pretty simple. And I wanted to layer this little piece. I had a little bit of this left over from when I did cut the banner for the pages on Monday. So I had a little scrap left over. So I was just going to add it to this little piece of poppy red. And then let me decide. I think I want to do it a little bit lower so it doesn't blend into this right here. So I'm going to put it down toward the bottom, but showing a little bit of the white. And aren't these colors so cute together? See if I can get it straight. And then I'm going to pop these up so I can use some of those pieces that I cut. So I can use up all my stamping dimensionals. Tear that one. I'll put that one right up in here. Alrighty, so I'm going to put this one on this side. I think I'll tilt them just a little bit just to give it a little bit more fun, whimsical look. And do that side. So let me do this one. You turn it the other way, it's just like a little hat, just like he's wearing. So Bevan was just texting me, just let me know when you want me to go pick up KFC. I was going to say Kentucky Fried Chicken. Chick-fil-A, because we have a Chick-fil-A now, y'all, right down the road, literally. It's less than 5 minutes away. It's on the way home from Fredericksburg. We're about 5 miles out of town. I'll do that little piece right here. I think I could fit it. So I told her we could pick that up for lunch before we head out to my mama's. All right, and then this piece, this one can kind of tilt that way. How cute is that? And then I'm just going to glue this. I'm going to put a mini dot, right, or mini dimensional right there in the center. And then I can put a little glue on either side. Stick down to the, we'll put that right down in here. All right, now let me look. I mean, we're pretty much done. Let me see if I can sneak in a little ribbon here, and then we'll do our, I have this that I did not use. Wonder if I can just put it like right here. See if I can, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to squeeze these kind of like I did on, if you fold it over, match up the edges and cut in this way, you can get a little dovetail on either side. I think this is going to work perfect. Open that up and pulled it pretty tight already. So, and then I think we'll just stick it right there with a glue dot. Oh my goodness. I don't know if that's cats or if that's Bevan. What they're knocking over. Who knows? All right, and then we'll just put it right down here at the feet. Then you still have all this ribbon left in your kit. And then let's add a couple of, I'm going to do some of these shaded, this, these are probably more like the Pretty Peacock. Let's see, I'm going to do one here. Oh, we got crazy cats right now. I'll do this dark one that I have left, a little bit darker. Well, I got it on the glass right up here. Okay, there's that one. I keep thinking there's a hair right here, but it's just part of the turtle. And then maybe we'll just do another one down here. I'll do it right. And then we'll do one of these. I like putting them together. And maybe do you want a triangle effect? Again, I did it again. There we go. Let me see. So if you did triangle, you could put one up here by his hat, maybe. See if I can straighten it up. All right. There is our last card. How cute. I'm kind of to the point now, I don't know how anyone could not like these cute little turtles now. But I haven't convinced Flo yet. All right, so here's our card. How fun is that? I think I will grab a scrap. I don't know if I have an extra scrap in. Let's see what we got in our. We have a piece of this. Why don't we do that? Maybe we'll just do it the same size. That was 4 1/4 by 3 1/4, I believe. So let me cut that. 4 1/4. And that will just clean up that little boo-boo, but you may also just want to do this because it finishes it off nicely. So I'm going to line it up with that right there, I think. And you could even put another little white piece in here for another message. And you could do some more designer series paper if you have it to put down here so it's not just white. But anyhow, I think that turned out super cute and fun. A fun, different, fun fold. So here are our cards for today. I'll show you one more time if you joined late. You can untie this and then pull this piece out like this, and you have all of this beautiful card right here. I was using a 12-inch piece by 5 1/2 inch piece. Okay, and then it just wraps around there, and then you can tie your bow again. So I'll see if I can do that. All right, so thanks for joining me for Feel Good Friday. Again, this was pre-recorded. I'll put that in the description or in the heading so everyone knows. I didn't do very good with that time. Try that again. And you can kind of probably twist your ribbon a little bit if you want, depending on what you want it to look like. You're going to see a little bit of that sea foam, I think is what it is, the soft sea foam under there too. And turn it around a little bit if you want it to go a different way, but I'm just going to leave it like that. All right. Thanks for joining me for Feel Good Friday. Don't forget about the buy one, get one 50% off, the sweet collections or the sweet products. If you have questions about that and you're trying to place an order and figuring out the best deal, reach out to me, send me a message, leave a comment, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And then with a $50 order now through June 8th, which is Sunday, you can choose either the Turtly Cute Scrap and Create kit, which I was going to show you what comes in there real quick. You get the designer series paper. I think this sheet too. I think it just got stuck in there. So you'll get all these cute, turtly cute 6 by 12 designer series paper sampler. Flip that over and you've got all those pieces as well. We used a lot of that this week. And then some coordinating cardstock in 8.5 by 11. I've got the crushed curry, the green apple green, the poppy parade, the pretty peacock, and you'll get several sheets of basic white, especially since you will be doing that angled card, the double triangle fun fold. And then you'll get a sampling of some of the embellishments that coordinate with this suite, along with 3 sheets of white willow cardstock and a sheet of the Pool Party two-toned cardstock. All right, so there you have it. Don't forget also about the paper pumpkin. The deadline to subscribe is June 10th. Okay, that is Tuesday of next week, I believe. All right, y'all take care. Have a great weekend. I know and pray that Mom and Bevan and I will. And I'll see y'all. I'll actually not see y'all until Tuesday of next week because I didn't realize that I'm going to have to stay the night at my mom's Sunday night and come back in on Monday because from Dallas to San Angelo is quite a drive, and then San Angelo to Fredericksburg is at least 2 hours. So I didn't want to be doing all that driving on Sunday. So I'll go live for the Make It Monday on Tuesday. And then after that, I think I'll be back on my regular schedule. This last couple of weeks has been kind of crazy with graduation and all of that. So here pretty soon, in about a week, we'll be back on track to our Monday, Wednesday, and Friday lives at 10 a.m. Central Time. Okay, take care, everyone. God bless you all. Bye bye.